teachers, I am neither Montague nor Capulet. I am Jefferson-Glipa 100%. I am African American, Hawaiian, Filipino, French, and Polish. With a lineage having roots nourished by every continent, I should blossom in the fresh dew of your old history and literature. How long must we be sit in classrooms and be fed a lie? How long must we be fed a lie of imperialism and power? The world has 7 continents, not 1. So there I am, sitting in honors world history. It's halfway through the year, and we're still talking about Europe. I suddenly do the math. I realize there isn't enough time in the rest of the year to get to the rest of the world. The rest of the year went by, and as I suspected, everything we learned had a strong connection to Europe. Europe isn't the only continent in the world. We know that firsthand because we're standing on a different continent as I speak. Dear teachers, Brittany Morris writes that reading is an act of decolonization because reading expands your mind past your worldview. But when I check out required reading, the only view I see is from the banks of the Rhine and the white cliffs of Dover. Then came sophomore year. I sat in honors world literature. I was overjoyed to learn that we were going to study about South Africa and the apartheid. Finally, new names and faces of people that looked like me and my family. I was gravely disappointed when we were being introduced to the white perspective of South Africa. I discovered that our teachers had been given a choice of which book to read. One of these books was written by a Black South African. The other, a white man who grew up in apartheid, but whose parents immigrated to South Africa. Sad to say, the book I read was a version of the white man saving the black man. It gave the patriarchal view of the white man, a savior, and the black man, helpless, left to the whim of the help that the white man so graciously chose to give. When I pointed out to my teacher that the book was written by a white man, and it felt awful that we were being forced to read a book that had so many things that were racist and wrong with it, she responded that I should not be so sensitive to what was written in the books because they were written so long ago. But it did have an effect on me. I was angry and frustrated. I had expected to be empowered and to grow and to experience the beauty of youth activists. Instead, I was smacked in the face with the imperialistic view of life being filtered through the white lens. My entire education has been filtered, censored. It feels like the daily shot of medication given to everyone in the giver, except instead of eliminating color, it eliminates civilizations, continents, histories, my history. Fast forward to the summer before my senior year. I discovered that my district had decided to remove Chicano studies and reduce African American history to a half year with the promise that there would be more diversity included in our history and literature classes. Now keep in mind, California already requires diversity in literature and history classes, including those I just described. I was appalled by this news. Myself and other members of my district worked tirelessly to sign petitions and to speak to our board members. We were forced to accept a stay of execution for Chicano studies and a reduction of African American history while they consulted with a committee about the new curriculum. No, I'm not required to go to a separate school, but you spread the kingdom of Kush, the monarchy of Queen Lelo-Kalani, and the Rajane of Cebu as weeds to be exterminated. High school has allowed me to have discussions about this problem with teachers, not only about the importance of the classroom, but the importance of the instructional material that they have chosen to utilize. Since freshman year, I have wanted to work to change the canon and books that we read to be representative of every culture in our community. This year has brought upon me so many questions I've wanted to ask of our education system. How can you expect myself and other seniors to go out into the world, make decisions, be a juror, vote, or function properly in any civic duty if we aren't even informed about our world history? This country is prepared to send me out into the world with no knowledge of the past. Thus, I am vulnerable to make the same mistakes of my forefathers and foremothers because I was never informed what their mistakes were. Slavery and atrocities that this country has committed against minorities are something to be ashamed of, but not something to hide. As the new generation, it is my duty to learn and study history. I am proud to be the only student member on my district's Ethnic Study Curriculum Committee. I have today come before you as a senior in high school, poised for an education, but also a willing student and an advocate for learning our entire history. The good, bad, and the ugly. I have today. Today, I will no longer accept education that is bits and pieces of true history. I have today. Today, I will push to learn the extensiveness of our history in its entirety. I have today. Today, I will graduate high school with honors, knowing that I have made an impact. I have today. I am Naomi Ka'imilani Manalon Jefferson-Glipa, a girl of many cultures and histories. And I am the future.